This is Grease Lightning, and we did the hydroelectric turbine. Hi, I'm Phil Frederick, and I did the construction, the materials procurement, and the transportation.
My name is Sriram Shori, and I did construction, materials procurement, and video editing.
Hi, I'm Zachary Babb, and I did construction, materials procurement, and research.
I'm Lou, and I do construction and help get material. Our problem was that we had to build a turbine that could adequately show how potential energy is converted to kinetic energy and then converted to electric energy. We could build any type of turbine that we wanted, as long as it was not gasoline powered. The turbine itself had to be contained within a 3-foot by 3-foot space. In addition, we had a $14 budget.
For our hydroelectric turbine, we researched the effects of hydroelectric power plants on the environment and economy. Environmentally, they create reservoirs flooding large stretches of land. They also restrict the flow of water, potentially drying up the river downstream if not carefully monitored. However, they are more environmentally friendly than other types of power plants in that they do not burn fossil fuels and use a renewable resource, water, which is constantly recycled through the water cycle. Initially, hydroelectric plants are very expensive, costing hundreds of thousands of dollars. The high initial price is eventually paid back over the course of years due to a lower output of energy compared to other types of power plants.
While working on our project, we learned a lot about working as a team to efficiently complete a product. We figured out what each of us were good at and then divided up the tasks accordingly. Through learning teamwork, we also learned about good time management. We scheduled specific meeting times that worked around each of our schedules. In order to make time for meetings, we had to ensure we could get all of our other assignments and tasks done so we could focus on the project. The research we did taught us how to induce an electrical current by moving loops of copper wire through magnetic fields, and how to complete a circuit using copper wire in a transformer.
In our project, we implemented every step of the design cycle. First, we defined the problem and ensured we understood the constraints and purpose of the project. After defining the problem, we researched different possible solutions. We narrowed it down to a steam-powered design. As we started to procure materials, we ran into our first problem. The materials for the steam-powered design were too expensive, and no one had any materials that we could use for free. So we searched for another solution that would fit within our $40 budget.
We decided on a hydroelectric turbine. From there, we went out and gathered new materials from different stores, the craft center, and an assistant to our project guru, Brian. Then around November 8th, we began construction. After building, we began testing and ran into different problems for which we had to repeat the design cycle. And after a few rounds of testing, we reached our final product. Our final design was a hydroelectric model that would be powered by falling water. We built the turbine out of wood found in the craft center and glued it to a metal rod. We assembled the alternator out of plastic, copper wire, and powerful neodymium magnets. Our original design failed. We produced no current, so we had to go back and redesign the turbine multiple times before we returned to our original design and fix the problem we encountered.
We learned to listen to everyone in our group and to keep up communication. We also learned that planning ahead helps with time management. By brainstorming at the beginning, we save time and money by knowing exactly what we are going to do.
At first, we planned on making a steam-powered turbine. We were going to use a hot plate under a kettle to make enough steam or generate pressure to spring turbines above it. At first, it seems like a great idea, but no one had any material we could use for free. When we searched in local stores to buy some, we saw that this design was far outside our budget. Then we started on our hydroelectric design.
I definitely recommend getting started early. You never know what problems you might run into.
I recommend communicating with your teammates early on about schedule conflicts.
I recommend getting in touch with your project groups. They can really help.
I recommend voicing all of your ideas because you never know which ideas you might be able to